This is our last video with composite fractions on the number line. We're going to look at some more representations next. But you may be wondering why we're doing any more. We've already done a bunch, but these are some special ones. Okay, we're going to see why they're special in just a second. So first, we have 6 halves. So I'm going to write this to the right. 6 halves, or that would be 6 copies of 1/2. And you may already see what this number is going to be equivalent to. So if we think of this as division, and again, not all fractions are division, but it's nice that we can work in that way if we need to. 6 divided by 2 is actually 3. So we're going to end up plotting the number 3. But let's see how this connects to 6 copies of 1/2. So it's positive. I'm going to cut all the pieces in half, all the units in half. And now I'm going to count by unit fractions: 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves, 6 halves. And I'll label it above because the 3 is below. So this is the 0.6 halves. Okay. Let's look at the next one, 0/6. So we have 0 copies of 1/6. Okay. So let's not work too hard here, but we could break this into 6 and break all of these into 6. But if we have 0 copies of 1/6, well, a distance of 0 is 0. So 0 over any number besides 0, we'll talk about that later, is going to be 0. Okay, you can divide 0 by 5, 7, 2, 1,000,000, and you'll still be at 0. Next we have -8/4. So we'd have 8 copies of -1/4. And if you remember from your integer division, we divide 8 by 4, it's 2, and the sign is negative, so -2. Or -8 divided by 4 is also -2. But let's look at this on the number line. So if our unit fractions are -1/4, we can break each of these segments into 4 equal pieces by making 3 cuts. And now we'll count 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Sorry, I started labeling above the number line instead of below like the directions said. So let me just move that. And this will be -8/4, which is equivalent to -2. And our last one, -5/5, would be 5 copies of -1/5. So we'll break 0 to -1 in 5 equal pieces, the best we can. And now each one of these segments is 1/5, -1/5, -2/5, -3/5, -4/5, -5/5. So -5/5 is equivalent to -1.